Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to be discussing how to switch to my diet, which that sounds quite egotistical. So we'll say a raw primal diet, a raw carnivore diet, a raw or at least healthier diet than what you're on now. And this will help with clearing your skin, getting a leaner physique depending on how you do it, and your mental health, how you feel every single day, which ultimately, what's more important than how you feel? Because let's say you do land a supermodel girlfriend, you're rich, but you feel like shit. Because our feelings, how we feel in our brain, is actually quite irrelevant to your environment. Besides things like sun, for example. Sure, but I'm saying whether you're under the sun in $1 million house or a $100 dirt hut, the sun itself is free, and that's what's actually changing your mood, not how much dollars, which are invisible, are assigned to a building, which obviously I'm ripping Otis, but it is completely man-made. That stuff has no worth to how you feel. Now, the way we're going to change how you feel is by the nutrients you're consuming, by your lifestyle, by your gut microbiome. Most of your serotonin and dopamine is created in the gut-brain axis. This is well proven. The way you feel is dictated by, yes, the sun in terms of environment, sleep, what you eat primarily. And the sun, the light environment, is actually critically underrated for this, for health. Nutrition is a very large part of health, but the sun is almost equally important actually for health. And the more you dig into this, you'll really understand. The sun dictates, your hunger signaling hormones. The red light is great for your face. The vitamin D is essential for every single other hormone and nutrients assimilation, essentially. Again, we're in a blue light infested world. We need the sun compared to this screen in front of me, even, for example. Enough yapping, though. Let's say you're on the Western diet right now. You're eating seeds, you're eating grains, which are seeds, obviously. Things like bread is just seeds with pesticides, some anti-nutrients left over after cooking. Let's say you're on that diet. Okay, you're eating whatever you can put in your mouth. What I suggest is going to more of a Paul Saladino diet, actually. Fruit, meat, organs, some raw dairy. Okay, especially in the summer. This is actually quite almost optimal in summer, specifically, because the UV affects fructose metabolism. So when it's sunny outside and you're outside and you eat fruit, you're actually going to have a different A1C, blood sugar levels, insulin resistance, than if you were to eat fructose in a room like this. So that's why you have people actually going into remission with diabetes when eating a lot of sugar, when they actually move to somewhere like Costa Rica. UV really affects this. Light environment really affects fructose metabolism, really affects how sensitive your insulin is. Even though insulin sensitivity is a construct, it still plays out that way. So yeah, something to note. So right now in the summer, I'm eating some fruit. I have no issue with it. Now, I always advocate, no matter what, the diet should be around 80% meat at the minimum. And there are some things that can substitute for meat. Fish, that's meat. Organs can kind of be included in meat. Even, fermented milk kind of is almost just like meat in essence. There will be some nutrients and vitamins that are a little bit off, but don't get too hyper fixated on the micronutrients. The human body is so flexible. Like, you see these people eating just sludge for years and years, and they're not dead from nutritional deficiencies. You'll be okay if you swap your raw meat for some raw milk. Like, they're both so much more nutritious than what most people eat by so much margin. You're going to be okay. All right. And, I was listening to a podcast but I'm really forgetting. But they were talking about, we don't really understand all the compounds in meat and in foods. We don't understand, we can identify B12. We can identify how some things get assimilated. But there are so many chemicals and compounds and ways that meat and different foods interact with our digestive system and our body we don't understand yet. And I completely agree. The way it worked is during the Ice Age, which was around 97% of our human evolution. We've been around for around 300,000 years based on our best dating capabilities. And for around 97% of those 300,000 years, We were in a glacial period eating predominantly meat, and we had all the nutrition we need, evidently. We evolved during that time. We were not deficient. We were not dying. If the diet doesn't have one nutrient, goodbye to the species. It's done. We see this in tons of species. They can't eat their natural diet, they die. They can't adapt fast enough, they die. Just like that. Now, once you have adapted to, almost a Paul Saladino diet over a few weeks, I recommend switching over to this diet, removing some old foods, adding in meat, adding in fruit, adding in dairy. Removing old foods, adding in those foods. Over a few weeks, around 4 weeks is ideal. And the gut microbiome will adjust. It will start thriving off meat and dairy and fruit. Now, this is not a bad place to stay in the summer. Having fruit, dairy, organs, and meat. Some seafood, a little bit of seafood. Not too much, though. That's fine in the summer. Now, if you're trying to get leaner, lean down, fruit out of the diet, dairy out of the diet, meat, organs. So meat, butter's okay. Meat, butter, organs. That's what you eat. That's also really good for clearing skin, healing autoimmune disorders, because some people will have issues with dairy. You've probably heard there's the A1 dairy casein protein, the A2 dairy casein protein. People always say, oh yeah, A2 is better than A1. I've looked into it, I agree. However, what people don't mention is that A2 casein proteins are also inflammatory, inherently. All casein proteins are a little bit inflammatory to the human body. We'll see a little bit of markers of inflammation compared to the proteins from meat. So dairy can be great, but just never confuse dairy for meat is the takeaway. Never confuse those things, because meat is always king. Meat and organs are king. Blood, if you can get it, it's not that realistic for most people, is king. Those three things are king. Milk, again, I'll always say it, milk and colostrum. Colostrum being the first dairy that comes out of a cow for its young. Those are optimal for growing up. Ages 0 to 18, those are great. Don't get me wrong. Those are amazing, actually. I would drink them as much as I really could. I have, not even trying to sell you anything, I have all my protocols for the timings and the portions of what to eat in puberty in my school community, where I've helped a lot of people diet. You can check that out if you want, if you're listening to this Yap session. I have a school community with all of my knowledge on diet, how to execute to get the results you want. They've gotten some good results for people. So for most of the year, though, I wouldn't recommend you really have much fruit at all. And if you're an adult, I wouldn't really recommend you have a ton of dairy. Okay? Some dairy is fine, especially fermented milk, kefir. That's great. So let's say, what would a day of eating look like in the winter for a grown man? So like me, for example. I'm 20, right? I don't really need a ton of raw dairy anymore. My plates are closed. Hey, from my experience, the raw dairy got me to over 6'5". I'm happy there, okay? A good day of eating in the winter would be some raw lamb, raw beef, some raw egg yolk, some raw butter, a little bit of raw kefir, and then just raise the volumes of those foods till you're full. And, the kefir, I wouldn't really exceed 8 ounces, and I'd eat it separately from the meat. Don't really want to mix dairy and meat that much. So, yeah, it'd be a morning meal of egg yolks, some liver, and some muscle meat, and some butter till you're full. Have some kefir later on if you want. That's like a good day of eating for an adult. If you're in puberty, add in more raw dairy. Add in, and no matter who you are, you should be getting sun right when you wake up. You should be seeing the sunrise and the sunset ideally. I can't do this, sadly, but when I wake up, the first thing I do is go outside. I don't know if you can tell, I am getting fairly tan. I don't know on this camera. But yeah, I am getting fairly tan. Feels great. Enjoy my meals outside. In the summer, I'm not really trying to get down to 10% body fat or something, so I've been enjoying some fruits outside, a little bit of honey outside. It's very important to eat it outside, though. Very important. I've been having some cheese, some fermented milk, lots of raw meat, lots of raw egg yolks, some raw butter. Those are my staples. And feeling good, man. Feeling good. It's a good life eating this way. And I was on vacation not too long ago, and I did slip up. I was hours away from my nearest grocery store, and I could have been more resilient to follow my diet, but I wasn't. And I started getting, you can kind of see I have not as good skin, like I have some blemishes. I definitely put on like a few pounds of weight so quickly. It was insane. Even though I was like kind of intermittent fasting, I still put on so much weight. There is just something about these foods that are not natural that they just pack on the weight. It's insane. Because, you can normally even maintain when eating meat, fruit, and honey and dairy. You can still maintain normally. But if you were to eat the same amount of calories of other food, like grains and these oils and things, it just packs on weight. It's just the balance of fat and sugars of those foods are so high. Just in such high proportion and quantities. It's insane. The inflammation, it's horrible, man. It's horrible. So yeah, hopefully in this YAP session, you got some information on how to kind of transition to a diet and what you should be eating in each season. This was kind of more of just an unstructured YAP session about diet and health. If you want all my guides, which have helped people get results, I have my entire health course, and that's just one of the courses you get for $19. You get every other course too. And not to gas myself up, I would say the nutrition course alone is worth $19, but you get everything when you join. We do coaching calls every week in the community. We've gotten people good results. You'll see me there Sunday, 2 p.m. EST. If you have any questions about your own health journey experience, if you want surgery, you want soft maxing advice, a face rating, anything to do with what I do, if you need help, definitely join and come in the call at 2 p.m. EST on Sunday. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.